Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we're tackling a massive headache that keeps IT teams and executives awake at night: cloud AI data leaks. You know the drill. Every time someone pastes a confidential spreadsheet or a strategic document into a standard AI chatbot, boom, that data is beamed to a server halfway across the globe. But what if we flip the script entirely? Let's decode Saket Solutions and their completely offline, entirely private AI ecosystem. Just imagine, for a second, having a super-powered artificial intelligence sitting literally right on your desk. It's drafting emails, analyzing your proprietary data, spitting out brilliant insights, but it physically cannot send a single byte of that information to the cloud. It sounds kind of crazy in our hyper-connected world, doesn't it? But honestly, as we're about to see, disconnecting is exactly the point.
Here is our roadmap for today. 1. The offline AI revolution. 2. 3 purpose-built assistants. 3. Personal AI, built for accountability. 4. Navigating the local workspace. 5. Under the offline hood. And finally, 6. The future of privacy.
Let's dive into Part 1, the offline AI revolution.
So why go offline? Well, by needing absolutely zero internet, Saket Solutions completely wipes out cloud vulnerabilities. None at all. But it's actually a huge economic play too. Zero monthly subscription fees. You make a one-time purchase, and the AI, which impressively supports over 14 languages, by the way, is just yours, forever. It's like we're finally shifting back to true software ownership.
Moving on to Section 2. 3 purpose-built assistants.
Now, instead of some massive humming server rack, this entire AI application runs straight off your local laptop, and it's keyed to a highly secure 64GB USB drive. And to make this heavy tech feel a bit more approachable, they have this great mascot named AI Kriti. It really humanizes what could otherwise feel like a pretty intimidating technical leap.
Saket Solutions actually breaks their offering down into 3 distinct tiers. First up is the private AI. This one's 25,000 rupees, and it's built for absolute, ironclad boardroom confidentiality for leaders. Then you've got the personal AI at 20,000 rupees, meant for your everyday staff and daily office productivity. And finally, the homework AI for students at 18,000 rupees, designed specifically for distraction-free learning. Every single device is purpose-built for the actual context of the person using it.
All right, Part 3, Personal AI, built for accountability.
To really understand the personal AI tier, we kind of have to compare it to the executive version. See, the executive private AI has this incredible zero trace mode. It's a forensic level wipe where absolutely nothing is saved. But the personal AI, meant for general staff, it intentionally lacks that extreme level of privacy. It only operates in a standard mode where history is always saved to the USB. So, here's the kicker. This wasn't some technical limitation. It was a highly deliberate structural choice.
You can see this deliberate split right in how the tool functions. The standard normal mode saves all the history. And again, that's all the staff version gets. Contrast that with the executive zero trace toggle. It is a brilliant trade-off, honestly. Everyday employee data stays completely shielded from outside hackers and the internet, but it remains locally logged on the USB for internal corporate accountability and auditing. Management can still verify the work.
The official documentation for that zero trace mode is super clear. Literally nothing is written anywhere. No session logs, no temporary files. It is instantly and permanently erased. And look, that is absolutely essential for a CEO who's dealing with highly sensitive trade secrets or mergers. But you absolutely do not want your general staff having totally untraceable, unauditable usage during a normal Tuesday afternoon.
Which brings us to Section 4, navigating the local workspace.
The morning routine for an employee using this is just incredibly smooth. You sit down at your desk, plug in that secure 64GB USB, and double-click the desktop icon. The system does a quick local verification, you accept the terms, and boom, you're right in the dashboard. It's a completely self-contained offline boot-up sequence.
That startup sequence kicks off with a secure verification screen, complete with striking padlock imagery, so you really feel that security. Once you're verified, you're dropped into a really clean, full-length chat interface. Honestly, if you've ever used a modern cloud-based AI, you will feel right at home here. Except, remember, there is absolutely zero cloud connection happening.
They kept the navigation totally intuitive. There's a simple, bright blue gear icon to hop right into your system configurations, and a prominent gold new chat button when you need to spin up a fresh conversation thread. Everything you do builds this really impeccably organized local session history, so you can jump back into a project exactly where you left off without digging through a million messy folders.
Because this is built to be a daily professional tool, customization is absolutely key. You can easily toggle between dark and day modes to save your eyes, use a simple slider to adjust font sizes, and even tweak the workspace layout. Whether you want a sidebar showing your chat history or just a clean, focused chat-only window, it's all about building a comfortable environment for an 8-hour workday.
Okay, part 5, under the offline hood.
Let's look at how this engine actually runs. The software is totally local, meaning it leverages your host PC's processing power, but it remains strictly locked to that USB drive. It's powered by what are known as GIGUF model files. These are highly optimized formats specifically for local processing. And the absolute coolest part? You can upload your own local documents to give the AI context without ever exposing your private data to the web.
When you look at the model registry, you are going to recognize some serious heavy hitters. We're talking Gemma, Meta's Llama 3, Mistral. These are massive, globally recognized top-tier open-source models. But instead of pinging a remote server somewhere, these huge files, some of them over 8 gigabytes, are sitting directly and safely right on your USB drive, just waiting to be loaded on demand.
And you get a massive amount of control over them. You've got a conversation memory length slider to optimize your performance, dial it back if you want speed, or crank it up to 12 messages for really deep context. Even better, the Business Documents panel lets you upload proprietary PDFs or your company's standard operating procedures right into the local system. The AI reads them and then gives you answers based entirely on your own private data, completely securely.
And right there in the corner of your screen, you constantly have this comforting little green dot that says AI Ready. It's such a small UI detail, but it acts as a continuous visual reassurance. It tells you the local engine is spun up, the model is fully loaded, and everything is happily processing on your own machine.
Finally, Section 6, the future of privacy. Saket Solutions' stated mission is all about democratizing AI, making it accessible to everyone from a local shopkeeper all the way up to massive global institutions. But the really critical takeaway from this explainer is the second half of that quote, keeping your data under your control, not a cloud provider's. They are literally proving that achieving maximum professional productivity does not require you to surrender your privacy to a massive tech giant. You really can have both.
Which leaves us with a pretty provocative question, one you really need to ask yourself and your organization today. Where does your company's most sensitive data actually live right now? Are your employees trading away your intellectual property just for the convenience of a fast cloud chatbot? As we've seen today, the offline AI revolution isn't just some future concept. It is already here, and it's running securely from a USB drive on a desk near you. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will see you in the next one.